Hello, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to BlockHash Exploring the Blockchain, episode 265. Today, we have Brooker Belcourt, the CEO of Covey, to talk about virtual portfolios, trading, crypto, all kinds of fun stuff. Brooker, welcome to the show.
Happy to be here, Brandon.
It's fantastic to have you. A lot of things we want to talk about today. Before we do, let's talk a bit about you and yourself. Tell me more about your background and your story. How did you wind up at Covey, and how did you find your way here through this space?
Sure. Well, I'm Canadian and I moved to New York in 2008 and joined Goldman Sachs, did investment banking in the fintech space in the early days when they were slowly dismantling different services that the banks offered. And so there was a lot of payment companies coming about in the 2008 to 2012 period and worked a lot on that. And then after that, went to hedge funds and worked there for the next 7 years. So I worked at Co2, one of the larger tech hedge funds, then Tiger Management. And most recently, I was at Citadel before I found Covey a couple of years ago.
Got it. So what was there like inspiration for, wanting to do Covey, coming from that background and having that experience? Was it something that was lacking that you thought would be helpful, or was it more like a accessibility thing, giving people a chance to have access to some kind of virtual tool? Was there anything in particular that kind of inspired that?
Look, I'm crazy passionate about investing. I know there's a lot of people out there like yourself who love investing.
Mhm.
And what I found is that the infrastructure we have to find the next great investment analyst is so bad. We go to these Ivy League schools, we go to investment banks, we go to private equity shops to find them. And we really don't even scratch the surface of where all the talent is. So we have no infrastructure to find the next great investment analyst. And when you think about sports, we have this huge infrastructure to find the next great basketball player or the next great baseball player. We spend millions of dollars on it. We have scouts all over the world. We know generally where the next great basketball player is from a very early time. But the next great investment analyst, which is like equally data rich, we have no clue where they are. And now we've seen through Reddit and Wall Street Bets that there are these amazing investment analysts that are not on Wall Street. And so let's build an infrastructure to find and reward the best investment analysts so that we can all copy their portfolio and benefit.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a good comparison too. Like in the sporting world, there is a massive infrastructure. Whereas even as a little kid, you're getting scouted potentially as a potential athlete that could get recruited to go to college or go play pro. Same thing is happening in the gaming world. Kids have been gaming forever, are getting scouted to be on esports teams and compete globally. And that's happening at a very young age too. So I could see the fit there. That makes a lot of sense. So how do you feel that you can fix that and accomplish that through Covey?
So the way it works is anyone can join Covey. We really wanted to make it totally open. It's free to use. You join and you create a virtual portfolio of equities, ETFs, and even cryptocurrencies. And then we start giving you hedge fund level data. So if you're new to investing, you get to ramp up and learn a little bit about investing before risking real money. And if you're really good and you want to credentialize yourself, we give you hedge fund level metrics for free to track your portfolio in real time. And you can share it with your friends, you can share it with anyone. And then the real icing on the cake is everyone on Covey who has a portfolio, which is just long Facebook 10%, long Ethereum 10%. Everyone who has this portfolio is entered into our monthly competition. And that's where we find and reward the best investment analysts and surface them. And so we have this leaderboard that's always live, and we surface them to the top so that they can credentialize themselves. And then the next step is, well, we have so much of this data, and then we have this credentialized system, and we can do a lot. Once we found the best, we can do so much with it, and that's the exciting part.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting, especially from the fact that you can have some kind of ranking system or leaderboard and let people compete with each other. Because that, in my opinion, might be the biggest differentiator There's platforms out there that allow you to do mock trading and hold virtual portfolios like TradingView and stuff like that, and build a little bit of credibility. But I don't think they have any kind of ranking or leadership component, or leaderboard type stuff, or where you can, see who's better than who, or, keep track of it. So I think that's an interesting component. Is that something that's out now, or is that something that's coming in the future?
So that's live right now. You can
Okay.
literally enter this competition. And as you're saying, it's crazy. Like if you wanted to find the best high school basketball player, like ESPN.com has a leaderboard that's live, that's adjusted all the time. But the next great investment analyst, just try to find it. Like there's no leaderboard for it. And that's a disservice to everyone, because we could all profit from finding the next great investment analyst, probably more than we could profit from finding the next great basketball player. And so that's what we seek to be, is that, scout league, the place where everyone knows where, hey, if you're on Covey, that proves that you're a real investment analyst, and I can see how good you are relative to everyone else.
Yeah. What about so how are people or not that, but is there like an incentivation type system put in place for this as well, where maybe there's a contest, or you guys do something where you say, okay, who can, build the best portfolio over 3 months or something like that, and whoever, gets in the top 3 maybe gets a prize? Or do you have like a token incentivization type system? How do you kind of keep people engaged and make it really competitive?
For sure. Well, this is a crypto podcast, so
Yeah.
of course there's going to be a crypto angle. When you think about it, right, you're creating this community. All of these analysts that are on here are crazy smart. They're out there beating the market, and so they're not just going to give their ideas to anyone. They are probably going to want something in return. They know that if they put their ideas on any software, that has value, and they should get some sort of token for that value that they're contributing. So for the first year, we paid people out in other people's tokens. And we really started to figure out, okay, well, what does our community want? And so we got together with our community and we designed what a token would look like. And we're actually rewarding people in that token now, and it will hit people's wallets in about a month at the end of September. So what does that token really mean? At a high level, it is our approximation of the value of what this community is building. And so broken down into like the 3 core things, it allows people to govern the future rewards of the Covey community. It allows people to stake to their portfolios to prove that they aren't spam and kind of give a confidence metric. And then it allows you to get discounts on products that are built off of the Covey community database. So similar to how FTX or Binance offers you discounts on their exchange if you hold their token, we envision that sort of a setup for the last bit.
Got it. Here's an interesting question. I think having a bit of a fear component, when you're putting real money down to invest or trade, there's a bit of fear there, an emotion that takes place that I think can be abrupt to a lot of traders that, are usually good at what they do when they analyze, but once they're managing real money, sometimes they make an emotional decision, and those aren't the things that are always good to have. Do you think the incentivization, maybe inspires them to kind of like offset the fear component that maybe isn't there because they aren't trading real money? Or do you think that's also something that maybe should get measured?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, right? So we're all virtual portfolios. You don't need cash to create an account on Covey and start building your credentials. That's awesome to get everyone into the world of investing, but then you run into that problem, right? So how do we solve that? That point about, what's the point of our token? Well, staking is really powerful because it allows us to have a little bit of skin in the game when we're an analyst on Covey. And so what happens is you stake your account to kind of increase your rewards on Covey. So that proves that, yes, you aren't spam, you're a real person. You're putting a stake down saying, hey, this is my portfolio. Look at me, I'm real. But what we'll do at the same time is we actually will slash your stake if you go bankrupt. So there's a little bit of skin in the game, and that discourages crazy leverage that you would have if you didn't force people to put a little bit of skin in the game.
Okay, so the staking part of it is potentially what they put at risk, gives them a little bit of skin in the game, so that there is a little bit of emotional pressure for them to work through. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, because I think that's really important because it's easy to be an analyst and sit back and say, I think this and I think that. But yeah, once money's on the line or your own money's on the line, and then you get trigger happy, you want to sell right away or you want to buy right away. And, I think that breaks a lot of analysts sometimes.
Yeah, if we didn't have staking, the behavior we would see is just 5x leverage, 500% long, some crazy volatile cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, and they would win it 1 month, and then the next month Dogecoin would be down 20% and they'd be bankrupt. And so this takes a little bit of that excessive leverage out.
What's a way that they can take this? Like, let's say they've been successful competing and they've really shown their pedigree and they're good at trading in certain markets, and they're top of the leaderboard. Is there a way for them to easily share that with a potential employer or fund that maybe is looking to hire, put it into a resume, put it on a website of theirs? Or what are some of the best aspects that they can apply that to if they're trying to seek a job as an analyst or trader or fund manager or something like that?
Yeah, so we definitely thought that was a very important part of Covey is you should be able to just use this amazing credentials, amazing track record you've built and share it with anyone. And so what we have is a link. Everyone gets a custom link that they can alter, and they can share that with anyone they want. And when you share it on social, you get a little summary of your portfolio as a thumbnail that pops up, and then people can click into it and they can see 50 metrics in real time live of your portfolio. So imagine those debates on Reddit about different stocks or those debates on Twitter. Now you get to see that this person actually invested in that stock and did amazing in it. And so that's one part. And then the second part is, well, you really have to have a big layer of trust. So let's say people want to use our software to raise a fund or to get a job. Well, you would need to have the recruiter or the potential investors trust that your portfolio actually did happen when you said it did happen, right? They need to know that you were long crypto in early 2021 or you're long energy in early 2022. And they need like a real immutable proof that that actually happened. And in the old days, you would hire an auditor, and the auditor would go through your entire trade history on your Fidelity account or your E-Trade account and charge you thousands of dollars, and they would audit and give you some certification so you could present to your investors. And so we thought we needed a way to do this really cheap for anyone. And so we started storing all our analyst trades on the blockchain. And that gives us an immutable ledger of all their trading activity that they can take to anyone, and it can be really trusted by anyone who believes in the blockchain. So we store all our trades right now on Polygon, and that allows anyone to have an immutable track record for essentially free, for pennies.
Got it. What about day traders and like short-term swing traders? Do you think Covey is a place for them as well to kind of show what they're good at? Because there's different styles of trading, I guess, and how to look at a market and how to play things. And I could be wrong about this, but I don't know if, large funds and equity firms, are hiring day traders, because I don't know what some of the laws are in regards to that, being able to do it. But there are some really, really good day traders out there that just seem to really know their shit. But it's really hard to, verify what they're saying, what they're talking about. Do you think this is also a place for them, or is this geared towards more of an institutional type of analyst and manager?
We're meant for everyone, and we have day traders on here, and we love them. We have people who are programmatically submitting over 100 trades a day using our SDK, and it's awesome to see. And yeah, we encourage everyone to use it. And I think it would be amazing to give day traders a way to credentialize themselves and have a portfolio that anyone can trust, and they can prove how amazing they are. Because I agree, I think day traders are a new class that has actually done very well recently, and their track records are kind of lost, and we don't, hedge funds haven't historically hired them because they don't know if they're good or not. And it's not like you can really audit someone before you hire them. They can't use that track record to get a job, which sucks. And so let's allow them to build a track record that they can get a job or raise a fund off, and let's allocate money to them, because we would all benefit.
What about bots? There are a lot of really cool algos and bots out there that seem to be really good at trading in certain ways for certain markets at certain times. And I've seen some of them myself personally, and they're very, very good. Is there a way to maybe take some of those and like pit them against some of the best traders on Covey and let them go at it? Kind of like a, deep blue Gary Kasparov chess type situation, or, just allow them to like compare their skills versus some kind of bot that's performing out there. I think that would be kind of fun in a way as well, to kind of differentiate, the human component of trading psychologically versus, maybe a bot's input on what they think the market is doing.
Yeah, and we definitely have that ability. And so we're going to get like a little bit technical here. And so hopefully your crypto enthusiasts, this is probably more for them.
Yeah, go for it.
If you imagine every time you go on Covey and you place a trade, you use something like MetaMask. And so you'll add your positions, Facebook 10%, Ethereum 10%, Google 10%, and then you'll hit Save Portfolio, which prompts you to confirm the trade on MetaMask. And it's just a data transaction. We're not transferring any money. And you just hit confirm, and then the trade is saved to the blockchain forever. Now, what that also means is if you want to take your track record to any other place, it's yours, because you're posting this through your own wallet. So you actually own that track record. And that's awesome. That would almost be like you're posting to Facebook and you own the content that you're putting on Facebook, and you can move it to any other platform you want, or you can use the data for any other thing you want. That's amazing. The second part is, to your bots question, is because you hold the private keys, you can post to our contract programmatically. So you can like swap between using our website and using code to post to the smart contract using your address. And so you can just like alternate between code and using Covey.io, and all the data is all recorded on the website, and you can share it really easily. And I love that, just swapping between the two.
Yeah, I think that's really cool as well. Like anything you can do, like compare or let compete any of these bots or algos with top traders you have on Covey would be really fun to watch, just to see like the expertise in analyzing markets, because people are so interested in the different approaches out there and how to do it. Some are simple and some are really complex. But God, that'd be fun to watch. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, we really want everyone to be on here and search for it all different styles.
One more question, then we'll slowly start wrapping things up. What do you think, in your professional opinion, it could be traits, it could be characteristics, it could be anything that you've observed over the years that you think makes a good trader? For example, we talked about one earlier, that emotional component. Once you have skin in the game, there's a bit of fear, there's a bit of pressure that can make or break a trader or an analyst. What kinds of traits and characteristics do you think are really key to have in order to find the next best trader, analyst, or manager?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So I've spent 7 years working at hedge funds, got to meet some incredible investors working for Philippe Lafont at Cotu, got to meet Julian Robertson at Tiger Management, and then got to see this amazing software at Citadel, and tons of PMs at Citadel as well. And so looking at all these different analysts and PMs, they come from all these different backgrounds. to all these different schools, there's never this one trait that they all have. I think what they do all have, though, is an amazing track record, right? And we look out and we see all of these great investors that we follow, like Warren Buffett or Ray Dalio. They are great because of their track record, not because of any sort of attribute they have in their personality or any sort of style. They're different styles, right? But they are great because of their track record. And then they build a story around that. And it's really the track record that makes you amazing. And there is this incredible predictive power of the track record for the top 10% of analysts out there. And so if you're a great analyst, you tend to stay great. There's an incredible stickiness. So if Warren Buffett's great in one year, he will be great in another year, and so on and so on. And we see that on our software. And so the one similar trait is their track record. And that's all we collect on Covey. And so we're looking for the best track record. And then those people, we believe that they will stay great. And we don't care about anything else of your background, even if you went to university or not.
If track record is, the best way to measure it, do you think it's something that anyone can work towards and learn, like it's just time and repetition and practice? Or is it an inherent skill that some people just have and some people just don't, that might be hard to measure?
Yeah, it's so hard to tell. I think probably if you think about the sports analogy again, you probably ought to love it and you want to stay interested in it and learn about it, and it's something that you can pick up over time. When you look at some of the greats like George Soros, his first couple of funds totally failed, and he's kept at it, and now he built this amazing money-making machine. And you look at Renaissance, same thing. It took them years to build their strategy. And so when you put in the time and you're passionate about something, you will get better. And we'd love to see you build that out on Covey without risking real money, and make your errors first on Covey, and then build those credentials and be able to launch a fund off of it, or get a job, or participate in some of the products we're launching.
Nice. I feel like a lot of what we talked about makes for a really fun community. So I bet you guys have a really cool place to go with everyone chit-chatting about trading and what can be applied to Covey and what you guys are doing. Is that on Discord? Is that on Telegram? Where does everyone congregate?
Yeah, we congregate on Discord, and so there's two discussions. There's one which is stock ideas, and we all love investing, so we're chatting stock ideas, macro ideas. And then there's the other part where it's like, well, we're also building this community, and we have to figure out the method to find the best analysts. We have to figure out how these tokens will work. We have to figure out how we're going to store all this data on the blockchain. And we've solved a lot of these problems together as a community, which is awesome. And you definitely need a buy-in of a community to be able to find what are the metrics that you're going to use to find the best analysts, right? It's not just a total gain in a given month. It's much more complicated than that. And we need some way of creating a standardized leaderboard that everyone can believe in. And so we're doing that together. So it's really cool to see both those discussions, and it's open to anyone. Obviously join Covey and you can see it there.
Where can people go to learn more? Just Covey.io, or do you have documentation elsewhere?
Yeah, it all starts in Covey.io, and you can find us on Twitter from there. You can find our Medium articles that explain how this whole thing works. You can find our white paper on the token. It all lives on Covey.io.
Cool. Where can people find you? Are you online? Are you on Twitter, LinkedIn, or anywhere there?
Yeah, I'm definitely the voice behind Covey, and so I'm the personality, the one who's behind the Twitter account. So you can follow Covey_IO on Twitter, and that's me and a bit of my team talking about the product, and we love it, and we're all users of it, which is a big part of it. Is I built Covey a lot for myself because I love researching stocks and talking about stocks, and I really wanted to credentialize myself with the hopes of one day having a fund, and there's just no software out there for that. And so to build Covey for myself, I'm definitely a passionate user in the product.
Is there a particular sector that you like the most, like talking about?
I love internet and tech stocks, and absolutely have fallen for crypto as well. So I'm a huge believer in Ethereum and Bitcoin and pretty much anything internet related.
Nice. Guys, go check out Brooker online. Go check out Covey. Look at all the cool things they're doing. Make sure to go try out the platform, join the community, be a part of it. They got something really cool going on. Also, go down below, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Brooker, thank you for taking the time to come on today. Really appreciate it. Great conversation. This is something that I think I'd love to use myself too, because I'm also a trader. And I'd like to kind of see how good I am against someone else. Like, I'm not claiming to be like amazing or fantastic, but it would be kind of fun to see how good some of these people are. Because I know there's some fantastic analysts out there and they just kill it. So I'd also like to see some like famous influencers that are analysts too. They're always claiming they got the right calls on Twitter. Hop on and see if they can prove it out. So that might be another component for you guys. You reach out to some of those big crypto influencers out there and see maybe if they want to test their skills and put their metal on the line.
Yeah, I think we'd love to have you on here, Brandon. I'll help you set up an account. Best case, you rise to the top of the leaderboard and you credentialize yourself. Worst case, you see who's above you on the leaderboard and how they're doing, and you get to learn from them. So
Exactly.
I'd love to have you, and I'll help you through that, and hopefully you can share your portfolio soon with the audience.
Will do. All right, Brooker, take care. Have a good day. We'll do this again soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.